evening, everyone. Welcome to Dr. Erica, and I am with It's Refreshing. I'm so glad to be here on this evening. If you missed our last week's broadcast, you really need to tune in and replay that a number of times because we had two special guests that are well known in the Charlotte area and beyond. And we had a wonderful time and gave out some amazing tips and different things that's happening in the Charlotte area and locally and abroad. So welcome to the Refreshing broadcast. And like I said, I'm Dr. Erica, and I'm the owner of ELM School of Real Estate and ELM Realty. And I'm just so delighted to be before you today. But without further ado, I want to stop everything that we're doing and just give a quick moment of silence to D'Angelo, the artist. I call him a poet. He was definitely a phenomenal singer, artist, and he debuted on so many platforms. And it's just so unfortunate that we lost him on today. So if we just could take a couple minutes just to give him the credit that's due to him, I would appreciate it. Thank you. And with that being said, life is so precious. I just say spend life every day loving on your family, your friends, and even your foes, those ones that, are your haters or your critics or just disagree with you and everything that you do. Go ahead and just pray for them, love on them, because you just never know what people are going through. And I always tell people all the time, check on your strong friends, because I'm one of them strong friends. So I've been told by everyone who knows me that I'm always bubbly, Jolie, very happy and just excited about life. But we all experience his challenges in the background that you have no idea that we're going through. And so it's so often that when you think of someone, just go ahead and just say some encouraging words or some affirmations or pray for them, because it's very important that you do that, because you never know what they're going through. But what I want to do today is I have a special guest with me on today, and I want to make sure that you follow me at ELM School of Real Estate on all platforms of social media. We have a lot of exciting things that are going on in the Charlotte area and beyond. And if you're interested in getting your real estate license or buying a home, I am your go-to lady to do just that. And then we have licenses in multiple states and internationally. So we look forward to hearing from you, and you can reach out to us at any given moment at 980-319-2416. And so at this moment, what we're going to do is take a quick break, okay? And then I'm going to bring on my special guest. It's refreshing.
Hey, are you looking to get into radio broadcasting or back into it? Podcast shows have become very popular, and instead of doing it yourself, why not join the hottest indie station, The Connected Radio? Now, it's a great situation with structure and listeners, so don't do it alone. Join our family today by calling 1-855-566-6328 to get your show.
Are you a content creator looking for a home for your movies, TV shows, podcasts, or more? Well, I have the perfect home for you. It's called Connected TV, which is in over 180 million homes on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. I see you like those numbers, so don't wait. Call us today at 1-855-566-6328, extension 5. We have very affordable rates. Don't let your hard work you put into your content go unnoticed.
It's Refreshing with Dr. Erica, and I have a very special guest that's on today's show. And I just want to say personally, I know him just not only as my previous, should I call him employer? Yes. What should I call him?
Employer.
No, because I've always been my own boss, but I'm just going to say he employed me at one time. But at any rate, I was on his cast, his amazing cast of 9 Lives. Oh my gosh. If you have a chance, Google it or go on YouTube and see your one and only featuring I would call myself, I guess, the actress Journey. That was my name. But there's also Cheryl Girl in there. There's so many other wonderful, wonderful actresses and actors that are in that phenomenal play. But what I want to say most importantly is that he's a veteran. And I want to say shout out to all of our veterans that are watching on today or listening. We thank you and we appreciate your service, definitely. And he's a father, he's a husband, he's a writer, he's a producer, he's an actor, he's an activist. There's so many moving parts, an entrepreneur. And guess what? You heard it here. He has a whole cigar line, and we are going to talk about it more in depth. So this way you can order your cigars if you're a cigar smoker, or maybe your family member, whoever. But we're coming into the holiday season, and you can definitely make sure that you buy some of his cigars. And without further ado, I would like to introduce Mr. Tyrone Chandler to the show.
Thank you for that warm welcome.
Oh, you're so welcome.
For the good introduction.
Good introduction.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
That's good.
Hey, anything is good when you're on this side of the ground. So
Yes, on this side, you heard him, on this side of the ground. I agree. And let me just take a moment and just read your bio real quick for those who are not familiar with you, but you can find him on anywhere on social media. But Tyrone Chandler is a producer, director, actor, playwright. You've seen him in Tyler Perry's Meet the Brown series. I know many of you are familiar with that. Also, Tyler Perry's for Color Girls, Lifetime Channel's Unanswered Prayers, the Showtime series Homeland, and also Law and Order SVU as a detective. He has also produced, directed, written, and starred in several plays. His biggest stage play to date is Devils in the Pulpit. He also produced, directed, and starred in a TV sitcom, One the Edge, that aired on Spectrum Cable Access Channel 21. Tyrone is the creator and producer of his own TV talk show on Charlotte, Mecklenburg County Spectrum Cable Channel 21 titled The Community Spotlight that airs every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tyrone is the founder and the owner of his own cigar brand, Chandler Reserve. That is so impressive. And if you want to visit his website, it's ChandlerReserveCigars.com, ChandlerReserveCigars.com, and also TyroneChandler.net. Thank you so much. So let's talk about it. Let's dive into all of this.
Let's go.
Okay. So what inspired let's start with just the producing part of it. What inspired that?
Well, the producing part, I started out as an actor first. So then I was like, I want to know what goes on behind the scenes. And I want to know the business all the way around. So then I got interested in being like a assistant director and then assistant producing. And then after that, I started directing and producing my own stuff after that. Because after a while, you get tired of going to auditions and getting told no so many times. I'm like, if I'm doing my own stuff, can't nobody tell me no.
Well, okay. All right. And so did you act as a young man, or do you have family that were in acting and different things like that as well?
I started out doing a few plays here and there in school, but then I didn't do it until I moved to Charlotte back in 2007.
Okay.
And the acting bug hit me, and I wanted to start getting back into it and do it full fledged. And then it started from there.
Wow, that's amazing. So you're originally from where?
Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Fayetteville, North Carolina. Shout out to Fayetteville. Okay,
Vietnam.
I go there quite often.
Okay.
So Fayetteville, North Carolina, and turn around and show people your shirt. Okay, T-shirts.
Yes.
Can they order those T-shirts?
They will be available next month.
Next month. Okay.
Yes, and due for holiday season or whatever, because I do have a new blend coming out next month, and it is with the band and everything is dedicated to the veterans for Veterans Day.
Nice.
Yeah.
For Veterans Day. Okay,
Yes.
so November 11th.
Yeah, so
Yes.
but we're going to try to launch it on November the 1st, since Veterans Day falls on like a Tuesday, I think on the
Okay.
11th.
Mhm.
But it's going to be packaged very nicely, and it's a great blend. It has a Habano 2000 wrapper on it,
Mhm.
and it is a great cigar.
Okay, we're gonna get to that because he's gonna educate us on the cigars, because I like them, but I'm a novice at what he's speaking about the how they roll them and all of that good stuff. I go to Miami a lot where they roll them, and then you got Little Havana,
Yes.
those different things. But I really don't know too much about cigars. I go to cigar lounges just for the relaxation,
Right.
Because I love the environment and the ambiance and all of that good stuff. But let me take you back just a little bit. Let's backtrack. Let's go back to what inspired you to write Nine Lives, that play. Let's talk about that.
Well, with that play, I didn't write that one.
Okay.
I directed it, produced it, and starred in it. The playwright for that play was April, where her stage name is Charisma.
Okay,
So
Charisma.
she wrote
Okay.
that. She approached me and asked me what I would like to produce it. So I took the script, I read it, I liked it, And I said, all right, let's move forward with it. And then with that being said, I think I produced and directed that one. So in the casting, I casted you in it.
Oh,
You got your starring debut.
I know. I can't believe it. We're going to talk about that because that was a journey.
Yes,
journey.
It was a journey for Journey. Okay.
Okay. So just really quickly, give us the definition. Explain to us the difference between, okay, a writer and a producer. Let's start there. The difference between the two.
With the writer, they just telling their story, and they're just the writer. So the producer, they're in charge of everything financially, paying for the venue, hiring a director, just paying for everything. They're the money person.
Okay,
they're the bank.
Okay, they're the bank.
They're the bank.
So let's segue into the director. What's their actual definition or role that they play, the actual director?
Okay, so they are in charge of doing the castings. In most cases, they're in charge of holding rehearsals. Okay. They're in charge of the opening curtain call. So whatever you see on stage that night, that's what the director has done. Same way on stage and in movies or whatever. Okay. So they may change the script and say, hey, instead of going this way, come this way, or instead of saying this line, add this or take that out or whatever. So the director gets the script and then they put their own little creative spin on it in most cases, especially in the theater world.
Okay. And so you said that you saw April's, you saw that she wrote it, and it got your attention. So what was it? How do you determine what's a good script and isn't a good script, in your opinion?
Well, when I read it, and if I'm feeling it, and it seems realistic, because it could be about their life. Okay. One of the characters could be about a particular writer's life. And if it's based on that, and I see that, okay, yes, I definitely want to put this on stage, because it could bring some type of awareness, whether it's suicide or someone getting essayed in the family or whatever. Just so many different avenues to where a story can be told, and it could give folks meaning and hope on survival or how to get out of it.
Nice. So. And so that is so amazing, because as a best-selling author, just as a writer, we write not knowing, I'm going to say for me personally, not knowing if later on that my book could turn into a play or could be produced or directed or anything like that. Like you said, we express what we've experienced in life and what we're going through. And so I will say, in that play, that The 9 Lives as Journey, I had no idea that she would resonate with my life. Like, that script was that role was so for me. And, right. and that was my first time acting, you guys. Okay. So don't judge me when you go and find it and you're looking at it, judgment-free zone. Okay. Even though your girl killed it. But I'm just saying, right?
And you killed it because of what?
Oh, I know. Tell him. Go ahead and tell him. Just go ahead and tell him. Look, go ahead.
I was the director, so I was kind of like Joe Clark on her. So
yeah, he was like looking at me, and listen, when I say that he is like drill sergeant, okay, the military falls right in line, okay, it lines. I'm telling you, he was like, listen, Erica, you got to pull this out of you, because it was my first time acting. And so I was so honored, first of all. Right. And I was just like, this is such a major role to play. And I had so many scenes, so I just didn't know how to act. I was just like, oh my gosh. And so he was like, I need you to pull it out. I need you to get that emotion out of you. Let it go.
I'm like, I know, I see it in you. So as a director, their job is to pull things out of you that you can't see within yourself. And every director has an eye for that. Yes, I see that. I need you to bring that energy. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. You can do it. No, I can't. Yes, you can, because I see it. So. Yeah.
And that's what it was. And then it followed up with everyone else who was in the play. They were just like, Erica, you're holding back. Like, you're really holding back. And then once I let loose, it was over.
And believe it or not, once one actor brings that energy, everybody else has to step their game and elevate their game. Oh, I'm not about to let him outdo me. I'm about to bring my A game too. And that's how you get a phenomenal a stage presence of a stage play, when everybody is matching everybody's energy.
Nice. That's so powerful. Matching everybody's energy, meaning that everyone's in collaboration and everyone's on one accord. Okay. Yes. So I need you guys to stay right here, the listeners and the viewers, because we'll be back with Mr. Tyrone Chandler in a couple minutes as we pay some bills.
Yes.
The Connected Radio plays the hottest hits from indie or mainstream artists. Artists, do you need radio play and promotions? Call us at 1-855-566-6328. The Connected Radio is the real station for the people.
Hey, are you looking to get into radio broadcasting or back into it? Podcast shows have become very popular, and instead of doing it yourself, why not join the hottest indie station, The Connected Radio? Now, it's a great situation with structure and listeners, so don't do it alone. Join our family today by calling 1-855-566-6328 to get your show.
We're back. It's Refreshing with Dr. Erica, and I'm sitting here with the wonderful, phenomenal Mr. Tyrone Chandler, who is the owner of Tyrone Reserve Cigars. Okay. Chandler Reserve Cigars.
Yes.
My apologies. Okay. Come back and listen to the replay. Come back and listen to the replay. But we are sitting here and we are talking about so many things. So I encourage you to go back and listen to the replay. Make sure that you like and follow us both on social media. So this way you can see what's coming up and any type of events that we have. But we're going to dive into our other segment of this message on today. We're going to talk a little bit about just motivation. Like I want the people to know, as a young man, what inspires you to continue moving forward? Like, what is the drive? What is your inspiration to do the things that you're doing?
Well, it stems back from my father, because he always used to tell us, us boys, I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the motivation to, okay, you're doing pretty good. You're a hard worker. You're a family man. You've done things. You've been in the military. You can travel the world. So I want to top that and be better than that. So that was always my motivational push and drive, and to always try to exceed and get out of the city that you're from. You know what I
Out of
mean?
the city that you're from.
Yes. Because home is always a place to visit, but never stay.
Now that's good, because I know that. I love Buffalo, New York. I'm originally from Buffalo, but I love to visit. But I also like when it's time to go. I mean, the
Right.
wonderful food and everything like that. And earlier you told us you're originally from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Yeah.
So tell us some uniqueness about Fayetteville, North Carolina. What is unique about it?
Well, it has the world's largest Army base, which is Fort Bragg, home of the airborne. Who?
All right.
82nd Airborne, baby. 82nd
And okay, pause right there. Which branch of service?
Army.
Army. Okay, great. Okay, so
Yes.
Fort Bragg, go ahead.
Yes, and then it had at that time Pope Air Force Base right there, adjacent to Fort Bragg.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had Simmons Army Airfield right there as well.
Okay.
So you had like 3 military bases or whatever. Then, you on days that you didn't do nothing, you can go to the drop zones and watch the paratroopers jump as a young kid and stuff like that. They got the new Special Operations Museum downtown Fayetteville.
Nice. Okay.
And Fayetteville has some history. If you go like downtown, in the center of downtown, they have what they call the Market House.
Okay.
And there, years ago, that's where they sold slaves
Okay.
at the Market House.
History of it. Okay.
Yes.
And now it's what?
It's still there.
It's still there.
It's still there.
It's still there.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
still there. If you look at like a picture, or you can go just Google up Fayetteville or downtown,
Mhm.
you see the Market House like a town or center square.
Mhm.
That's the heart of downtown. That square.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I know when I go to Fayetteville and I sell homes there and just go to teach real estate courses or whatever and run into a lot of different realtors or whichever, I see the growth. I've seen it substantially, especially over the last decade. I've seen as well how far it's grown. So Fayetteville, what was the push to have you come to Charlotte?
Back eastern North Carolina, it's really not a lot of jobs there.
Okay.
So back that way, you either join the military or you go to school, or college rather.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of nothing back there, or back in the day, was nothing but like factories and warehouses and stuff like that. So, nothing has really grown too much, but, of course you got, RTP and Raleigh, Research
Mhm.
Triangle Park.
Yeah.
So if you're not in the pharmaceutical company or in pharmaceuticals, then what else is left for you really, unless you're in like the medical field or whatever. But outside of that, Eastern North Carolina, doesn't have a lot of job opportunity and growth like Charlotte does. Charlotte is a melting pot. So
Yes.
you have some of everybody here. You have a lot of Fortune 500 company headquarters that are here now. You got the airport, which is like the 6th busiest airport in the U.S. with American Airlines. Their second largest hub is here in Charlotte.
All right.
So
Shout out.
Yes, AA.
AA in the house.
AA all the way.
Yeah.
But Charlotte has grown over the years.
Mhm.
And I've been here. Fayetteville has grown. Now Fayetteville has like a couple belt loops around the city that are
Yes.
big. And when I went driving there not too long ago, I got lost in my own city because I didn't know it. I didn't recognize the belt loops. I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, so Fayetteville is doing big things. Okay?
Yes.
They're up and coming. So anytime you're in the area in the Carolinas, be sure to visit Fayetteville. Definitely show up to Charlotte and the surrounding areas because Charlotte has grown by leaps and bounds. And so in this journey that we call life, okay, because this is what we're doing everyday life, and obviously the message here is it's refreshing. So it's refreshing to know that you can come from Fayetteville and you can relocate to Charlotte and start a whole new life all over again, in a sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Meaning build a platform for the plays and all the other adventures that you were doing and stuff like that. So right now under your belt, how many plays have you participated in? We read your lengthy bio. So tell us about all of that. How was it on the cast of Meet the Browns, all of that good stuff, whatever you would like to share?
Wow. The Meet the Browns cast, oh my goodness, it was fun. Met David and Tamela Mann, of course. We became real good friends. Met Lamar Rucker, Terry J. Vaughn.
Now, who's Lamar Rucker? Tell us who these people are.
Lamar Rucker, he plays, at that time he played Will, Mr. Brown's nephew.
Okay.
And he also went to go play in, what is that other show? It was on OWN.
Was it one?
It was
Probably. I ain't gonna say no names. But go ahead.
But he played the sheriff in Why Did I Get Married? And ended up dating Jill Scott or marrying Jill Scott in the movie or whatever.
Okay.
Yes. And then Terry J. Vaughn, everybody know her from Levita, Alizé Jenkins from the Steve Harvey Show.
Correct. Okay.
So then the director for the episodes the hour in was Chip Fields. She played Penny's mama on Good Times.
Okay.
That burned her with the iron. But Chip, she's a sweetheart. She's an excellent director. Much kudos and respect to her. And it's like you go from being a fan of these people to like they're your boss for the day. Like, oh
nice.
My gosh. I mean, I watched you growing up on Good Times, and here you are giving me direction and everything. And like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. So, coming from a small town and doing something like that, I mean, if I never did a TV show, movie, or play again, I can say I'm good for the rest of my life because I've experienced so much in such a little time.
Yeah.
And everybody who's been in the industry for longer than me can't say that.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of my accomplishments, that I've accomplished, and have a lot more accomplishing to do. And God is definitely placing those things upon me. So
awesome. Well, you heard it from the man himself that, you can come from a small town and venture out to the eventually big town and make big screens and do wonderful things and put God first, and it's limitless. And I mean, you've had the opportunity, like you said, that most people will probably never have, and you can add that, and you have added that to your resume. Okay, so stay tuned, listeners and viewers. We're going to take another quick break to pay some sponsors and our bills.
The Connected Radio plays the hottest hits from indie or mainstream artists. Artists, do you need radio play and promotions? Call us at 1-855-566-6328. The Connected Radio is the real station for the people.
Hey, are you looking to get into radio broadcasting or back into it? Podcast shows have become very popular. And instead of doing it yourself, why not join the hottest indie station, The Connected Radio? Now, it's a great situation with structure and listeners, so don't do it alone. Join our family today by calling 1-855-566-6328 to get your show.
At Kingdom Kids Empowerment Academy, our focus is on developing the whole child. We do this by focusing on our core value system, which is the acronym HEAL. That stands for Holistic Health, Mind, Body, and Spirit. E stands for Economic and Entrepreneurship. A stands for Academic Success. And L stands for Leader Development. So what our goal is to do is to make sure they are academically, socially, and emotionally sound individuals.
Kingdom Kids has made a big impact on all three of my children. I have a 5-year-old that's reading very well, can express his emotions. Which is really big. I have an 11-year-old who was having problems with ADHD, focusing in the traditional school, and now he's here. We appreciate the one-on-one Miss Tanisha has for our children.
At Kingdom Kids Empowerment Academy, we don't just teach. Our goal is to build future leaders.
Hi, I am Zoe, and I am a graduate of Kingdom Kids. I enjoyed and loved the program so much to the point where I come back on my free time and volunteer.
We believe every child is born with greatness. We believe every kid has a quirk. At Kingdom Kids, our goal is to empower them to soar and reach it.
If you're ever looking for a place that your child can be wholesome, your child can be who they are, and the teacher can meet them where they are, I truly, truly, truly would say Kingdom Kids Empowerment Academy.
At Kingdom Kids Empowerment Academy, we're looking for families like you. Will you join us?
It's refreshing. We're back. Okay. If you've missed the beginning of the show, I ask that you tune back. I also want to mention to to go back to our previous very first show of our debut to make sure that you view that as well with our phenomenal guests that we had on our previous show. That was our very first show that debuted. And today is our second show. And we're so excited that it's refreshing. And so right now we are going to continue our conversation with Mr. Tyrone Chandler and move right along with the program. Now, Tyrone, okay, let's go right ahead and get into the big news. Now, the big news, drum roll. The big news is that you have introduced a cigar brand. Now, that is so huge on so many levels because there is, first of all, what I know about cigars is it's $1 billion, industry,
right.
$1 billion business. I mean, it's big business. And there's plenty of people who have entered into that sector of all walks of life, in a sense to say, okay. And we know that that is nationally, internationally. I mean, people are really getting into it. I don't know if you guys have noticed as listeners and viewers, but there are so many different cigar lounges that are popping up. Right. I'm noticing that there are cigar groups as females that are being formed. I mean, this is really a huge thing now where when I can think back, I thought it was too manly. I'm going to be, it's too masculine. I'm going to be for real about it. I thought, oh my gosh, as women, why would we want to, smoke cigars? Why would we want to even entertain that? But now it has become the norm. Is that safe to say? Like it's become the norm?
Yes.
Okay. And so tell our listeners and viewers, like, what inspired you to start that? First of all, how long have you smoked cigars? If you want to share that part of it, okay.
I've been smoking cigars for a while, probably since 2018 after my father passed.
Okay.
So one of my buddies introduced me to a cigar. It was a mild cigar. It was an infused cigar. Infused is, sometimes infused with chocolate or vanilla or whiskey or whatever. Okay. So I think it was a chocolate infused cigar, if I'm not mistaken. And I took a liking to it. And then I graduated to the non-infused cigars.
Non-infused,
so
okay.
Non-infused cigars or whatever. So I started out with a mild cigar, which they call the Connecticut's, the light wrappers on it. Mm-hmm. And from there, I just started getting into cigars, from there.
Okay. And so did you go to cigar lounges or did you have friends that participate in memberships, different things like that with the cigars? Or
I started to go to a cigar lounge, but then COVID came.
Okay.
So they kind of like scaled things back. But then I had met this guy. He has a mobile he does mobile cigars. So
Okay.
you can order them and they ship them to you, or he deliver them.
Okay.
So he was delivering stuff and just leaving them by the door because COVID. So I still had to have my cigars or whatever. So, and then when everything, the world was safe to go back into and started going back into cigar lounges. I made one cigar lounge in my home up in Huntersville called Burner Cigars.
Okay.
So I went there and just started becoming a regular there, along with a lot of other people. So
Okay. And so tell us about, how did you formulate and come up with the different brands and the different, variety of cigars?
okay, so I was like, I'm sitting there smoking cigars. I'm spending all this money on cigars and making other people rich.
Mm.
So I'm like, you know what? I would love to. I'm sitting there smoking a cigar, thinking to myself, what would it be like to have my name on a cigar? And I'm saying, I can sit here and say, I'm smoking my own cigar.
Mm-hmm.
So my mind started, wondering. So I called a good friend of mine. I'm like, do you know any blenders? He was like, why? I was like, I have an idea. I think I want to do my own brand.
Mm-hmm. Now let's stay right there, park it for 1 second. Now notice he said, what would it be like if I could have my own cigar? How many of you are watching right now as viewers, and how many of you are listening saying, what would it be like? And you're hesitant to move forward in that direction of what it would be like. Okay. Sitting here, you see two individuals who decided to do different. We decided to venture out and take a leap of faith to do those things that we question. What would it be like? Okay. And we're making history. We're doing things that people said we could not do. And so that's the whole point of the It's Refreshing show, is to let you know that it's refreshing. And I talked about on our last interview with the other ladies, I spoke about how you have a computer and sometimes the computer gets, I'm going to say confused, convoluted, or sometimes it gets off track and you have to push the refresh button. Okay. It goes out. It may black out on you. Sometimes you have to hit the refresh button and you have to say to yourself, what if I do it this way? And God will send the people along the journey or the individuals that will tap into to help you get back on track or to help you implement this. And so you're looking at a young man that just said to himself, like, I'm making everyone else rich. I'm attending all these events. I'm doing these different things. So what would it be like if my name was on it? So that's just food for thought. That's wisdom and nuggets for you to say to yourself that if he can do it, or if Erica can do it, then I can do it too. Okay, go right ahead.
Okay. So he said, yeah, I know a blender. So he called up and gave me this guy's number, this blender in Miami. So called him, told him exactly the blends that I wanted and everything. So I flew down to Miami, got the blends together. I tried them. I liked them. I said, you know what? These are going to be my 2 blends starting out, which is I have a mild and a medium to full body, which is the mild one is my Ecuadorian Connecticut, and my full body is the San Andreas wrapper.
Now, is that in here?
Yes, those 2 are in there.
As you can see, okay, we have our props. Okay, so this one is, which one is this one?
That's
the Connecticut.
That's the Connecticut.
Okay, that's the Connecticut. Okay, and then this one is
the Maduro.
The Maduro. Okay, so we have dark and light. Is
Yes.
that what we're doing? Okay.
Yes.
And the how robust are either one, or
The Connecticut is mild to medium, but more on the medium side. You get notes of creamy, slightly peppery leather, and the Maduro, which is the San Andreas leaf, is a great smoke. It's medium to full body, but more on the medium side.
okay.
And you get hints of chocolate, cocoa, espresso, slight spice.
Okay.
So
It's like spice.
Yes.
Nice. So, and we do want to put a disclaimer out, folks. Okay. We know the Surgeon General warning that cigar smoking can cause lung cancer and heart disease. So use at your discretion. Okay. And we're not encouraging anyone to smoke. We're not encouraging anyone to do anything that they don't want to do. We just want to introduce a young man that decided to pursue his dream and move forth with the cigar. So by all means necessary, use at your discretion and move according to the beat of your own drum. Okay. And so when that happened, the blends, and you got the 2 names, okay, then what happened?
okay, so then right then I just placed a big order. So
How large of an order? How large? Tell us.
I said I want 500 cigars. I
Wow.
need 250 Connecticut's, 250 Maduros. And at that time, I think I said I was going to do, I think I started out with one size, which was the Toros, which are the more, one of the standard size
Okay.
cigars. Your standard sizes that everybody really go after is your Robustos and your Toros.
Okay.
And your Robusto size is like 5 by 50 gauge. And then the Toros are 6 by 52.
Okay.
And the first number is like the inches. So the 6 inches, and the roundness of it is your gauge, which is 52 for that.
Okay. As you can see, he's very educated on this. Okay. He just didn't walk into this and decide to just make cigars or blend cigars and not know the history and education behind it. So as this journey, because this unfolded in the last, how long?
Let's see. Almost 4 months.
Almost 4 months.
Yes.
Okay. So in 4 months, how has business been?
Oh, it's been great. In a couple lounges down in Florida.
Nice.
Working with some lounges here locally to get in their lounges. Working with a couple online websites to have the product on their websites and everything. So it's just a never-ending force. So, got a couple ambassadors. Got an ambassador out in Oregon.
Nice.
He's making things happen out there. Got a ambassador down in Atlanta. She's making things happen down there. And I'm here in North Carolina making things happen here. So
okay. So while you're speaking, I'm thinking of the word expansion. So you've obviously expanded out in those areas, okay? And that's what marketing does. When one buy, they tell everyone.
Yes.
And it just expands and keep expanding. And you notice that he used the word ambassador. So these are people who are out in those particular areas advertising,
yes.
okay, and promoting your cigars and making sure that sales just keep escalating
Yes.
time and time again. Wow, that is huge. That is huge. That's phenomenal.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm excited because I'm going to try. Since I got my sample here, I'm going to try one or the other. Okay. And then I will give my feedback. See, that's the perks of being the host. You get little freebies. All right. Well, I'm going to ask that you guys stand by, listeners and viewers, and we will take our final break to pay our bills. It's refreshing.
Are you a content creator looking for a home for your movies, TV shows, podcasts, or more? Well, I have the perfect home for you. It's called Connected TV, which is in over 180 million homes on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. I see you like those numbers, so don't wait. Call us today at 1-855-566-6328, extension 5. We have very affordable rates. Don't let your hard work you put into your content go unnoticed.
The Connected Radio plays the hottest hits from indie or mainstream artists. Artists, do you need radio play and promotions? Call us at 1-855-566-6328. The Connected Radio is the real station.
Hey, are you looking to get into radio broadcasting or back into it? Podcast shows have become very popular. And instead of doing it yourself, why not join the hottest indie station, The Connected Radio? Now, it's a great situation with structure and listeners, so don't do it alone. Join our family today by calling 1-855-566-6328 to get your show.
We're back. It's Refreshing with Dr. Erica, and I'm sitting here with my wonderful guest, Mr. Tyrone Chandler, and we've been talking about just life in general and life lessons, motivation, encouragement, and his latest adventure and invention of his recent cigars. Okay, so if you have a moment, tell the people how they can reach you. What's the website? Give us the forecast of what's coming up. You mentioned some areas about Texas. Let's talk about it.
Okay, well, they can order some cigars from the website, which is ChandlerReserveCigars.com. You can follow us on Instagram, Chandler_Reserve_cigars. Next month, we will be releasing a new blend with the Habano 2000 wrapper. And with that packaging, it'll be dedicated to, since I'm a veteran, so I'm going to make this for my veteran brothers and sisters, past and present.
Okay.
And it's going to be dedicated to them. The packaging is going to be with them. I can't tell you what the packaging is right now. I want to so bad.
The people want to know.
It's going to have
give us a little
all right. It's going to have couple salutes on the side and stuff
Okay.
like that. But you would know that it's for veterans. So we're going to try to have that launched starting November the 1st.
Okay.
That way folks can enjoy those cigars leading up to Veterans Day and everything. And we'll be releasing 2 to 3 more blends next year.
Nice.
One will include an infused blend. Since folks really like and have been requesting infused cigars.
Okay, the request of the people.
Yeah, so
okay.
that one will be a chocolate infused cigar.
Okay.
So that one
Interesting.
That one is really good. I already sampled it. I'm like, folks gonna love it. So
Mhm.
you're gonna love it.
Mhm.
So
And so with the cigars, because I forgot to ask you this, and before I forget, now which cigar? Let's say with the Connecticut, okay, and we're having a dinner, we're eating dinner, like, or the other one the other cigar that you have. Which cigar would be best with like steak, like a steak dinner? How would we pair that?
I will pair that the Connecticut with the steak. If you're in the alcohol, you can get a whiskey, which pairs well with whiskeys.
Mhm.
You can pair it with a wine, not so dry wine, red wine,
Okay.
or even a not so dry white wine.
Mm.
And the Connecticut, you can pair that with a whiskey as well. You can pair that with a semi-sweet wine,
Okay.
red, whether it's red or white, because
Mhm.
because that San Andreas wrapper is a semi-sweet wrapper. It gives you the hints of cocoa, chocolate, espresso, just off the wrapper by itself, and it leaves a lingering, nice aroma. Yeah, so you can smoke it, leave the room, come back, and be like, wow, I smell that. That still smells good.
So it still lingers.
Yes,
Okay.
it lingers. Yes.
So it lingers
Yes.
around. Okay.
Yeah, so I went to a cigar lounge last week to meet with the owners that have it there, and I'm smoking the cigar there. So they said I'll be back, and she was like, "Is that your cigar?" I'm like, "Yes." And she was like, "Oh my God, I smelled it as soon as I came around the corner.
Wow.
I definitely want that in here." So
The impact. Yeah,
Yes.
the impact.
Yeah.
And that's how you know it's a good quality cigar.
Right.
So when we light it, let's talk about that. Once we light the cigar, is it a slow burn or,
Yes, it's a slow burn.
moderate
Yes, so
kinda
with
burn?
the
Okay.
so with the Robustos, you can probably get at least about a good 45 minutes out of the Robustos because it's very slow. And for the Toros,
Wow.
you can get over an hour with the Toros.
Seriously.
Yes.
That
And-
is amazing.
So you get a slow, even burn.
Even burn. Okay.
Yes.
So tell our viewers and listeners, how much do they cost? Do we have any bundle packages? We have any incentives? Because I know my fans, they love incentives. It's refreshing. So let us know.
Okay. Well, you can get the Robustos for $11.50. And then you can get the Toros for $12.50
Okay.
off the website.
That's reasonable.
Also, we do military discounts.
How much is the military discount?
You have to go, got to order. then
Okay,
you'll
you got
find
to
out.
order. Shout out the website
Yes.
one more time.
ChandlerReserveCigars.com.
Okay, because you get military discount. Okay.
And we'll also be for the holidays, we'll be doing like packages and bundles and apparel and accessories like your ashtrays, cutters, lighters, t-shirts, hoodies, like buy 3 cigars, get 1 free. We're gonna be doing all kind of stuff like that
For the holidays.
Yes.
So you listen, I am so inspired. I am moved because this started out just with a play, okay? Just with a play. And I mean, now you're making your own cigar line. This is so huge. And I'm so inspired because so many people sit back and they wonder how they can do things or how they could put it together. And you just obviously were proactive at making sure that this not only blesses just the masses that are cigar enthusiasts, but you're also making sure that you're giving back to your own kind. And what I mean by your own kind or like-mindedness is the military. I mean, there's sometimes the forgotten heroes in all of this. And so my husband is military, and I have plenty of military family, like my aunts, uncles, nieces, nephew. So I come from that type of family. And it's, sometimes they just are forgotten. And you're saying that I'm doing this mission and I'm giving back to the service to the honorable people who serve and protect us. And that is so amazing. So I just encourage you, veterans, if you're listening, that if you are into cigars or you know someone that's into cigars, go ahead and check out Tyrone Chandler's website and really push this and encourage all the people that you know to buy and just invest in his business, because as entrepreneurs, we are on the struggle. Yes. So as we bring this full circle in your interview, as entrepreneurs, let's just talk about that side of it really quickly. Because a lot of people have the impression that we're successful overnight.
No.
True or false?
False.
Okay.
False.
False, completely false.
A lot of late nights you staying up, scratching your head. Did I make the right decision? Did I make the right choice? You might wake up in the middle of the night full of ideas.
Yes.
And then you write them down in case you go back to sleep and forget the next day. I mean, I used to wake up in the middle of the night with all kind of ideas, and I was scrambling around just to write them on the back of an envelope or something and go back to sleep. And I got all these papers or all these ideas or whatever. And a lot of them I did, work with and brought to life. Mm-hmm. So, but, you just got to, stick with it. You're going to have bumps in the road with anything. You just got to know how to adapt and overcome.
Nice.
And never let nobody tell you that you can't do something. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it's your parents. I don't care if it's your best friend. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. Never let nobody tell you that you can't do it.
Mm-hmm. And and that's powerful, because what I always tell people is that if they say you can't do it, show them 3 more times that you can.
Exactly.
Okay. Show them how it's done. And a lot of us look back at journeys, like you said, we toss and turn. There's nights where we're just creative. Our creative juices, as I say, right, are kicking in, and we're just thinking and thinking and thinking. But sometimes it's hard to narrow down and just say, okay, I'm just going to take this path and I'll come back to these other things. Right. So with the cigars, how did you end up just saying, I have all this creativity, but let me just start here?
Because I'm like, I narrowed it down to what is it out of all this that I do the most? Mm-hmm. I said, I smoke cigars all the time. so
that'll do it.
So I was like, by me smoking cigars all the time, I feel it'll be a lot easier with it because I'm somewhat familiar with it. I'm comfortable with it. And I feel I can navigate through it.
Yes. Yes. And what you've done for us in this interview is you've educated us. You not only empowered us, but you educated us on the cigars. It's one thing to jump into something. I tell people all the time, okay, I want to sell real estate, or I want my real estate license, or I want to teach real estate. Okay. But how well do you work with people?
Right.
And how well do people work with you?
Exactly.
Because real estate is 98% communication.
Right.
Okay. The other 2% is delivery. So how you deliver upon the promises that you make will determine your outcome. And a lot of people don't realize that. They just think that you get your license and you're going to make goobly gobs of money. Right. That is not necessarily the truth, especially when it's a competitive market. Right. There are a lot of us that exist, and we're all good at what we do. But what's your uniqueness? And as you explained today about your cigars, just like when we talked about you writing or producing or directing plays, you sought out the right writers, or they sought out you, and you determine later on, along with everyone's help, what the outcome is going to be. And like you explained earlier, you said, I picked the right cast, I picked the right people to bring this together. And that's the formula for these cigars. Right. Is that, like you said, you had to blend the right blend together. Right. And people look at a cigar and think, oh, okay, that's just another cigar,
Exactly.
I'll just buy that.
They all look the same.
They all look the same. I mean, this, if you haven't noticed, this is nicely wrapped. Okay.
Yeah. And
it's
with that,
really nice.
With my cigars, I label and package my own cigars. So I put in the work.
See,
I sit there and I get my cigars and I put the bands on them, the foot on them, put them in the cellophane and box them up.
So you're getting personally,
right?
You're getting that personal attention,
right.
That love and affection comes along with the cigars, folks. I mean, this is so amazing. I'm just so proud of you. I really can't say enough, because this has been a long journey of us knowing each other, not really speaking often, but yet when we do communicate, it seems as though that we have spoken.
Right.
Okay. So what would be your final words? Like, what is something that you would like to share with our listeners and viewers on today as we come to a conclusion?
Just remember to always keep God first. Without him, nothing would be possible. To where one door closes, he's going to open up plenty more, and things will be running over in your cup tenfold. So you just got to stay focused, and you're going to have bumps in the road, but that's when you have to call upon him for faith, and you will be on a good journey.
Wow. That's lovely, folks. Okay. He will return it tenfold. That is huge, because I'm telling you, I'm so full after this interview. And I think I'm going to say that every interview, because I keep finding the good talent. I'm just saying, okay, if you don't toot your own horn, whose horn you're going to toot?
Exactly.
So,
that part.
Okay, that part. Okay. So I think I'm going to just say that every single show, because this is so enlightening. I don't know if you're inspired, but I'm inspired. But are you refreshed? Because I'm refreshed. So I just want to say my final thoughts on this evening. I just want to I want you to take a moment and just take an inventory of your own personal life. Take time to write down some of the things that and the goals or anything that you want to accomplish. It doesn't have to be big. It could be small, whatever works for you. But take time to write that out and take action on it. How am I going to implement these things? I will tell you that 90% of the people who put forth the action to produce will produce. And if that is just in a small segment of production, it doesn't matter. Okay, long as you're doing what's good for you. Because remember, no one can replenish you. Only you can replenish you. Only you can fill your cup. If your cup is not full, you're not good for anyone else. And so we're here at It's Refreshing. We're here to refresh you. We're here to build you. We're here to empower you in all walks of life. And what I've learned in my own personal journey, and you heard Mr. Tyrone Chandler's journey, but what I've learned in my journey is that life is meant to be lived, folks. Okay. And I mean, we see that it's fleeting. You're here 1 minute and you're going the next. And you only have a nanosecond to decide which path you're going to take. So I just want to encourage you on today to know that the decisions that I've personally made in my life, I didn't know I was making the right decisions all the time because there was a lot of failure, but I didn't allow the failure to win. Failure is just another step for a better opportunity. So let me say that again. Failure is just another step for a better opportunity. And when you choose to fail, you'll learn so many lessons of what not to do anymore. And I'm telling you, if you have yet to grab a copy of any of my books that are sold anywhere, all 26 of them that are sold anywhere books are sold, I ask that you grab my book. Yes, 26. Okay. Best-selling author
Lord.
and counting. But I put all of my mistakes, all of my triumphs, my testimonies, everything is encompassed of all of my books. And I promise you that you will be empowered and you will look at life at a totally different perspective that other people are trying to predict or tell you which way to go. And you heard Mr. Chandler tell you, he said that don't worry about what people say. You have to do what's right for you. So on It's Refreshing, we will be back. We have a break for the next 2 Tuesdays, but we will be back after that. Be sure to share this interview, the previous interview, and also make sure that you comment and just let everybody know that we exist. If you would like to reach me, you can reach me at elmsuccesstrainer@gmail.com. elmsuccesstrainer@gmail.com. Thank you so much for tuning in once again to It's Refreshing with Dr. Erica.
Are you a content creator looking for a home for your movies, TV shows, podcasts, or more? Well, I have the perfect home for you. It's called